Hi, welcome to Ocean Yummy channel. So, as you can see by the title, I'm just sulking about when I put out a post about the lady and the response I got when I gave the information because I came in on a chat last minute. Um, the they kept asking the question like, "Have anybody got any information on the lady?" So I gave my information of the lady. Then it's like insults and stuff like that, and I'm like, "What the hell?" Like. Like you ask a question, I cannot like you know, people suspect a lot of rubbish. It's really crazy. To me, I always think that how when you're searching for somebody who was posting for a time and then they stopped, sometimes there's reasons behind it. Sometimes the person could be missing, could be on a live, you never know, right? Because on social media, like social media, the only time they will show what that the person is on a live is either by word of mouth or by post. Now I went out my way because I saw the situation of the lady. She did look very sickly, like there was something mentally wrong with her, maybe. Because the reason why I say maybe, because everybody has a different thinking, different mindset on certain stuff. Now, I definitely went out and because I knew people who was in Gambia, probably in the same areas of her where she is, I put out my feelers. Now, well, I did get back an answer from somebody who was with her like 2 weeks ago from when I put out my post. And then I went and I put it back on my channel because somebody might want to know or might carry on finding out where exactly she is because there's only so much you can do because not everybody wants to come on to YouTube and talk about it. And the elder that I spoke to, he said that how, right, people sensationalize stuff, which is true. They sensationalize stuff because though some people in Gambia, right, do struggle to settle down because a lot of people from the diaspora is going to Gambia, i.e., the UK and the Americas, and there's problems over there sometimes with Americans as well as the UK people. To me, there is no division because we're all the same anyway. But anyway, as people want to bring it to that kind of levels, to me, I feel that how um yes, like I have said before, and I've always said this before, the good and the bad of Africa does need to be said and need to be told because then you know exactly what you're walking into. Now, the person was asking me, am I there? I'm saying, well, I spoke to friends and they said they saw her 2 weeks ago. The elders left a voice note and he said he's not coming on no YouTube to explain to anybody to show video evidence that that they met her or anything because she was only there briefly because she was doing a fast while she's there. And they did say she did look bad. Okay. So that's what I got. So the little that I got, the little information I got, plus one of my friends who just came from Gambia asked me about the lady, and I gave her her handle and like in case she remembered who if she's met her. Now I don't see no problem in going finding people missing because you can literally, if you know the area that they are in Gambia, you need to put out your feelers. You need to post it out, get her image, put it out. Like when you put out missing children, and you will get some kind of answer. Now I did that right for in two couple platforms, and even now I still have a post on one of the platform on a platform waiting for answer, even though the elders have given me answers because There could be numbers of reasons why she's off the diet. I said that people have social media detox. Sometimes they're dealing with things in on the land, like i.e., the elders is trying to get established and trying to get certain things established for the wellness thing. So what they're doing, they're talking to people, and they're not going to put everything on the YouTube, on the social media, on platforms, because social media can be very toxic, and it's understandable because if if I'm getting sorted and I'm bringing information to you, I'm just like, okay, fair enough. I'll just go and I'll just do my own thing like I've been doing. That's why I stopped talking all about conscious things, because it's like a fight. It's us against them versus them business. Like, and it gets very ridiculous because, like I keep saying, no one's going to ask you, are you this, are you that, are you this? They're just going to look, all they see is a black skin in front of them. And people don't understand this conundrum. They seem to think it's a joke out here, I feel, somehow. Um, certain things that is spoken about on YouTube, sometimes like, you have to go and find out for yourself what it is, which people have done. They've gone and found out records and stuff like that. But that's the only way you can find out what's going on. Now, even in the mummy sector, there's a a person who investigates stuff, right? So I can just go as far as I can go. I am not going to go and fly over to Gambia to go see if the lady's there. Okay, the lady in the video, because even Wendell picked up on it, that Gambia is a Muslim country at the end of the day. And sometimes, right, when you go over there with a certain mindset, right, yes, right, yeah, things can happen to you from my understanding, because I've watched Afrodamus, I've watched various content creators who is in Africa, some not so good ones and some good ones. And when people hear, when their people see my name, I feel, right, when they see the Yemi part, they assume all sorts of shit, right? They haven't come to the channel, they haven't seen who I am, what I'm about. They just assume all kinds of shit. And sometimes it makes me reluctant to go to other channels because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, right, right, we are putting out broadcasts concerning peoples and people who is not dealing with certain things right. And we are also putting out stuff to let people know what's going on, because not everybody watches television, okay? Not everybody watches certain stuff, not everybody be in certain places. And it's like, it's crazy to me because me, right, as far as I'm concerned, I've always thought like this from a long time, even when I was in the conscious community, right? Where, right, when I look at people, I see myself. And I think when people get to that levels, you don't need to wait for something tragic to happen to get to that levels where you are there for your, you can say brother or sister. You need to think to yourself, like, you know, um, there is levels to these things, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I just carried on and I've spoken about what I've spoken about. They call it a so-called um whatever, I can't remember the word right now, but to me it's just ridiculous. So like I said, in real life, if you know me in real life, you know what I'm like, right? I am like this normally anyway, right? I would go out my way for people. It all depends on the person, and it depends on the cause. And, you know, to be honest, I have a low tolerance of people. I don't need to come on here and cuss off people and make up noise on people. To me, like, someone's missing and it's not in my country where I'm sitting, which is UK, right? And I need to find out something. I go to the people who's on the ground there because they know what is what, right? And I got told a couple things, right, about people that is in Gambia that is going over there, but I'm not going to go on here and tell YouTube what is going on. Okay, the elder said to me, people sensationalize stuff, and that is on point, right? I'll just be missing for how long? Her last post was last year, 23rd of December, right? And nothing was heard of her for whatever time. I went and I looked and I saw who she was around, and those people I knew, right? And even though I haven't spoken to them in a long time, I went and I spoke to them. And I don't see why nobody else can't do that. Go and find out. Don't assume, oh, this, that, and the other. I'm in a different time zone to everybody. So even if I turn up to chats late or whatever late, I'll be sleeping. When you are on, I'm sleeping. When I'm on, you guys are sleeping. So I don't expect to see bags of people or whatever, whatever, whatever. And that's why I always say go to the comment section, because with the comment section, it's a form of communication from around the world, right? You don't know who's in the vicinity of that person, or if they've seen that person, or they know of the person. And that's how it is, because it's like like you have to formulate some kind of something to find out something, because you're not going to be in the area. Us people have done works and they're not even in the area of the people, but they find the people. Okay. And to be honest, I might never put out post on another person from the Africas again, which is a shame, because I might get a hit. I might get a hit because I never know. Because someone might be, I've seen them, be near them, you had eaten with them or whatever, right? And I know that there is people. They said American women is dying in the Africas, or passing away in the Africas. It's a shame that is happening, right? But at the same time, don't come against people who's trying to help, right? I came to the one person's channel. She put out the lady, and I was like, oh my gosh, let me try and put out something, because who knows? Somebody might see her picture on YouTube. They might see her picture in various areas. They might see her pictures on certain platforms, and you don't know that cause and effect can make somebody mind jog or something, and it's quite annoying. And this me versus us versus them situation, if I see it in my chat, I swear on the Almighty, all right, I will just take you out of my chat, because at the end of the day, I'm not about that. I've never been about that, and I ain't gonna start to be about that. To me, I see people as people, okay? And if you people cannot deal with that, that's their problem. At the end of the day, I have no time for it. Life is short. You could be here today, gone tomorrow. You never know. Okay. So if people want to stay on that foolishness from 2023, this is now the beginning of 2024. And like, you know, to me, um, to me, it's just better to send good vibes to people and let them continue on their way. Because I have watched a couple people and they've said their point of view. Oh, oh, the Africans, da, 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 the Africans. Da, 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 da. If you don't communicate with, if you show bad face to certain people of African origin, right, they will show you bad face. That's what I know. Okay, from the continent. If you show them bad face, they will show you bad face. They'll come after you even harder, right? Then you have to be aware of the people you are around when you're in the Africa in the continent, because everybody has an agenda, okay? And you have to be wary of that. So because you see my name, and I swear, and I'm not changing my name for nobody. To be honest, I'm not changing my name. I'm not, okay? And if people don't like it, right, they can go elsewhere with that too, because you don't know the journey of how the name became to what it is, and you don't know me. and personal. You don't talk to me on a regular basis, right? Okay, you don't know me on certain levels, right? There's many sides to me, and the ones who know me know me. The ones who don't know me, that's fine. That's why I went to the mummy sector. That's why I came out of the other sector, because of the division, right? And I'm not going to be in this division strippiness, right? Because it's not me, okay? And to me, there's more to life that is going on, right? There's people dying every day for different reasons, right? Just the other last year we had Palestine, um, right? There's a whole heap of things going on, right? In America's here, you don't know. People don't talk about the UK and what goes on in the UK. I've never seen any American talk about the knife crimes what goes on here. A girl last year, right, got pursued by a guy on a bus, and the guy turned around and unalived her, right? And people put it down to, oh, it's a gang, it's a this, it's a that, it's a that. She was an innocent girl. She was only 16 years old. So, you know, and there's been many stuff that happens over here, okay? And I always say to people, if you don't want me to talk about the Americas, if you don't want me to be in your chats, you should just tell me. Say, Ocean, I don't want you in my chat. And I say, okay. And I'll stay where I'll stay, and I won't involve myself with you. I won't be around you, and I'll just carry on and do what I gotta do. All right. I'm not going to push myself on people. I'm not going to beg to be your friend or whatever else. I have my friends on outside of YouTube. I think I've got the audience that I have. They're fine. They give their honest opinion on stuff. Sometimes too honest, but they give their opinion on stuff, and I go back and forth with them, and we have conversations. I don't come at nobody. I don't do nobody nothing, and it's like I'm really starting to think it's very weird. Sometimes it's weird. It's weird, and you know what? It's strange. That's why I talk about the things I talk about. That's why when I saw my Jazzy life and I saw certain things going on with her, and because I know there's women like this exist, that's why I talk about her and I talk about, I could say, normal stuff, because it's no point playing the conscious card on here, because you don't physically have to tell the world you're conscious. People will know by how you talk, how you walk, how you are, right? And you don't have nothing to prove to the world because you are who you are, right? You could come off of the YouTube and you can be some normal person and nobody knows what you're doing or nobody knows what you're thinking, okay? So YouTube is supposed to be a so-called networking thing. It's owned by Google. We don't own YouTube. We are renting the space out, and it's ridiculous at the end of the day. So I think that's all I'm going to say, really. I'm not going to make it all lengthy and craziness and be shouting and yelling because that's not going to get me nowhere. It's just a waste of energy. And at the time, I could be creating content in the meantime because every time I'm off here, I'll be thinking, like, I'll be finding stuff to talk about. I'll be finding stuff to talk about. The only reason why I don't rush and I put up every little thing I see, because it's pointless. I'm putting out every little thing I see. So if something catches my eye and I have something to say, and then I will fire it up or I will schedule it. And even if I don't do what I scheduled to talk about, I will delete it. If I think, okay, I'm not going to do this one, I'll just delete it. That's how I deal with it. And yeah, and that's all I want to say, really. So thank you, Christoph, for coming through. And True Daughters of Darkness. It's very petty on here, honestly, it's ridiculous. Okay. This is not MTV. Okay. So the people cannot put their heads together. And I even said on the live, okay, let me just say, I even said on the live, is the create if the person is missing, the creators from the sector need to put their heads, come together to find that person. Because if 3 of you or 4 of you put out your feelers, right, you'll find that person. You'll find information. You can find out whether the person's living or past. Okay, it's important that creators put their heads together. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to, I don't know, stop being, I don't know, I know you're going to say extra, but, just put your head together, especially if you're in that sector, okay? Because then you'll find more answers that way, right? Putting out hate and, typical West Africans are always late, where I'm in the UK, I am not in the US, okay? I'm in the UK, right? So when people is broadcasting, I catch the replay, or I catch I catch them when if they're on for a long time, I catch them. If they're finished, then I probably leave a comment or whatever. Because it's not hard to leave a comment. It's not hard to leave a like on a video. It's not hard to leave that comment to say replay or whatever you gotta say. Okay, right? We all think differently. We don't all think the same. This is not divergent or invergent or whatever the heck it is. We are not, I'm not a robot. I'm not a bot. Okay. And it's very annoying. Okay. It's annoying. And people need to change. Right. If you have problems like me, if I lose passion in this here thing here, right? Right. Right. I'm one of them people. I would just log off. I'll delete the whole page. I'm going to do something else because sometimes, right, you need to be doing other things anyway. Okay. Okay. So, and I get very annoyed. Annoyed is the word. Annoyed because I see division on it. Very, very annoyed. But anyways, I'm not going to go on and repeat myself again. Okay. So if I see someone's missing, I won't be getting involved again. Okay. Unless it's a child on some next other levels, and that's it. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. Don't ask me. Don't ask Ocean. Don't ask Yemi. Yemi won't be coming. Yemi won't not be posting anything. I would not be. Actually, I think I'm gonna go delete that video what I did at Arja. That's what I'm gonna do. There you go. I'm gonna delete it because I thought I was helping, but I'm not helping. That to them, I'm not helping, right? And then you're insulting. I'm like, wow, okay, okay, okay. So I'll just stay where I am and you do you and do whatever. So thank you for coming. Amma. Oh, Amma, you have to listen back because it's ridiculous. It's very crazy. Yes, I will. I'll delete this whole page. I'll delete my 2 pages, in fact. Alright, I'm that deep, Let me lose passion in this here YouTube here. Let me lose passion. And I'll just come a viewer just like the rest of them. Because it's ridiculous. Mad, right? It's crazy, right? I'm following carbonation in a kind of a way, but at the same time, I don't really talk about carbonation. I don't. I don't talk about certain stuff. But like I said, in real life, this lady is in real life. She's real life missing, and people was asking where she is, and I put my feelers out. On my Facebook now, you'll see her picture still there. Tell me if I lie. I lie? So Omar or Chrissy, I lie. The picture is still there. On the Instagram, the picture is still there. Right? So if I didn't care, I wouldn't be bothered. I would have just left it. I would have just left it. I would have just left it on YouTube. But instead, I went and I put her on the platforms because I know there's plenty people in Gambia that is there presently. There's loads of people that I know from the conscious community that has moved to Gambia or in Gambia, physically in Gambia. So I put out my feelers to see who would tell me something. And one person got back to me, and I tell, even though when I asked them if they can get a video or picture of her, they said no, because they're not about that life. They're busy doing their business. I said, okay, they're two elders. I said, okay. And he said to me, I saw her like 2 weeks ago, and she wasn't, she's skinny, but she ain't looking too well, or whatever, whatever, whatever. And I said, okay. And I came back and I delivered a message to the YouTube because I know people was very concerned for the lady. Okay. And because the area where all the people from the diaspora stay, they all stay in one part of Gambia, majority of them. Okay. I can't say the name, right? But they stay in the one part of Gambia. And I got the answer back. Then my friend who just came back from Gambia, she asked me about the lady, and I sent her the lady's what's it, YouTube, and I told her her name, right? And the lady, I don't think she seen her or met her because she would have got back to me. Okay, so like I said, when I am a typical Sagittarian, I'm fully full-fledged Sagittarian. If I lose a passion for something, you can ask my friend, right? It's over, totally over after that, because then I just move on and I do other things. Because in real life, people who, like I said, know me in real life knows how I stay. They know how I think, okay? Because I have nothing to prove to anybody on here, and I only talk about stuff which really gets my goat, basically, right? I don't talk about nothing, and if I see something that somebody else has put out, and I say, okay, let me talk about that, because, and I'll go and look into it. I won't just come up here and just say, wait, like the massacre in Nigeria, right? I literally went to find out more about it. When I saw what it was for, the first person who put it out was saying it's against Americans and all this palaver. When I went and looked, had nothing to do with the Americans. It had to do with the Africans in that part of that province. It's to do with the Christians and the Muslims, and the Muslims, the guerrilla army went in and slaughtered the Christians, and for no reason. And I put it out. I put it out because I couldn't believe what I saw. Okay. And like I said, yes, people who's traveling to Africa need to say the good and the bad and the ugly over there. Yes, they do need to do that. But at the same time, I think there's reasons why they're not doing it. So I'm not going to look down on them, judge them, because they're all trying to make money at the end of the day, okay? But at the same time, it's ridiculous. It's totally crazy, right? And like I said, we don't rule YouTube. YouTube can go off tomorrow, right? YouTube can literally go off tomorrow. Then we will have to find another way to entertain ourselves, right? So people need to just stop, like I want to say picking. You see a name and you go from there. Like, you know, it's worse than me picking on, oh, true daughter to darkness, because I see her name. Oh, she's dark. You don't know the origins and why she chose that name. But right, for all you know, right, it could be an English speaker behind that name. You don't know. Like, it's just ridiculous. Okay? It's ridiculous. And I think I'm gonna try to stay away from some chats as well. I think I'm gonna start unsubbing from some people because it's just totally mad at the end of the day, right? There's no need for it. Like I said, when people are looking at you, right, they see is a black skin, they don't see nothing else. They don't see American, they don't see English, they don't see nothing. And until people understand this, instead of self-hating, because it is self-hate, that's what's going on. It's self-hate. Right, let's call it for what it is, because it's crazy. Right, I should be able to come and I should be able to jump into the chat, say hi, whatever, whatever, and and conversate without the extras, because it gets ridiculous. And I'll repeat myself. If I lose passion for this something here, page will be gone. And the reason why I'm saying this because I'm warming my subbies as well, because if they see the page gone, then it's like, of course it would be something else. But subbies always go find other places to go. So, but I really talk in my comments with people. I don't I don't be rude to nobody. I don't disrespect nobody, and it's just crazy. But anyways, people are on some crazy thing, and this them against us need to stop. Us and them, shall I say? Us and them, us versus them, right? Because it's not going to get anybody anywhere at this rate. We ain't got far so far on this them and us business, and we ain't going to go no further, right? And that's why everybody just keeps their head down and get on with work and worry about themselves, and they don't worry about nobody else. And I understand that very straightforward. I understand it. So, you know, yeah, see, she saw it. I don't know why people have a problem with you sharing the missing person information, but they're the ones. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The fact is, they're still asking, where is she? Where is she? I already gave the information already. If they're not looking on my page because I'm not a big whoever. They're not looking. Right? I went all the way to the person's chat. Actually, in fact, I woke up. Right, it's like 3:32 over here. Right, I could have just carried on watching people, but I didn't. So I tapped in and I said, "Oh, well, right." So I got told she was seen 2 weeks ago. Oh, are you there? Are you there? I said, I'm in the UK. How am I in the UK and I'm in Gambia? How can I be in two places at one time? It doesn't make no goddamn sense. But anyway, I'm not going to go on. All right, I'm not going to go on. I've stated how I feel. I feel this is how I feel, and this is how I feel. And if I feel that whatever, right, I'm not gonna get involved. I'm not gonna put nobody's picture up. I'm not gonna put out whatever. I'll just carry on doing the content I've been doing. Okay, right? I'll just carry on doing that because I was doing conscious stuff before. I was doing stuff to deal with consciousness and all this stuff. And I stopped. When I go back and I look at my old videos, I can see where I changed, right? But I didn't change because of people. I changed because like you get different interests. That's all it is. But I can still combine my interests and what I am about still together with the content. So at the end of the day, it's just crazy. So if people have a problem, they have a right to unsub. If don't tag me to nothing, don't add me to nothing, don't put my name on anything. Don't add Ocean Yummy to anything, and Ocean Yummy won't add you to nothing. And that's it. Don't let them discourage you from doing what you. Yeah, well, it's not even it's not even the opinions. It's just ridiculous. It just doesn't make sense. And I've been watching this from the whole of how many years with this thing. Oh, 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 the them and us. Oh, the Americans. Oh, no, no. Maybe there is some people who scam against Americans. Yes, there is. I'm not going to say no, it doesn't happen. I'm not. But if you go over to the continent with a heart, a certain type of heart, I think that's what they give you. Okay? That's what they give you. Okay? So, at the end of the day, right, people choose to go over to the continent. No one's telling you, no one's asking you to go there. They said one time they did a whole year of the return and everybody went to Ghana, right? Loads of people went there. Some people settled, some people didn't. There's a family now that's in Ghana now called the Kings. and they've been there for a while, and they're from the UK, okay? But at the end of the day, it's not for us to go and look at them and where. They all built a house. They're settling down. They're getting used to the surroundings. Many of us will not do that, but some people will do it. So it's not to do with the them and us. It's nothing to do with that. Some people are Pan African, some people are whatever, some people are whatever. That's their opinion, that's their option, that is them. It's not for you to go and be talking ras on them, right? You have your own opinion, they have their own opinion on stuff. The only thing I hate is when they come at each other. It just makes no goddamn sense. This makes no goddamn sense. All you're doing is giving the enemy more fuel because you're hurting each other. It doesn't make no sense at all. Like, I know a lot of Americans, a lot, right? So, you know, right, even when I first got to Facebook, as Americans that I've made friends with first and foremost. I know about the Moorish Science Temple. I did know, and then when I started to see more and more stuff about the Moorish Science Temple, and then I have an understanding of stuff because I'm very curious. I'm a curious person. Okay, I thought underneath the sign I thought under, I'm very curious, and when I get stuck into something, I don't leave it off till I see some kind of justice come out of it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that how I have to be on certain stuff to get it, because you'll see it. Because as soon as I say something, and as you see, the lady right now, my Jazzy Life particularly, everybody's on her case. Everybody, we're all on her case in the mummy sector, all of us. Because we see what she's doing. So unless you've been on the channel and you see what I deal with, you cannot just see my name and let's go from there. I have the odd white one over here too, but I'm not. I don't talking about them. I don't say, oh, this, that, oh, where, oh, da. I don't, right? Even on the dark side, there's some mixture of people over there. I'm not saying, oh, whatever. Oh, look at that name. No, the only way the person will be removed is if they say something insult something that is up there on the live or whatever, right? And to be honest, I haven't been able to sit down and do my lives properly. I have to do it from my phone, which is even more harder because the screen flips so fast sometimes I can't even control it, right? Because I can't sit on the laptop and do what I have to do. So I have to find another way. So it's like, bro, it's just ridiculous. It's crazy. So the only way division's going to stop is when our backs is against the wall, and I've always said this. So when our backs is against the wall, that's when we're all gonna see each other. Okay. See, people's already stating that how they're doing stuff for themselves and they're not bothering to deal with other people. And sometimes I understand where they're coming from. Because at this point, it's like, what's the point? Yeah, what's the point? Right? Because like I said, when you look in me in my face, we'll have seen reflections of each other. Okay, we see reflections in each other because we can understand each other's plight. And even though people's in America and the police is a bit of a what over there, the police is a bit no what over here too. It's the same. It's just the only difference is it's knife crime against some other crime in America. And there's still children are dying over here. We got mental health over here. We got about the same problems you lot got over there. I keep telling people that. I even post it on the Facebook so people can see examples of that. Okay. I try not to post too much of the knife crime too much. But sometimes I'll be wanting to post all of them. Okay. So no, people need to stop their foolishness. Anyway, I'm not gonna be on here for long. Okay, I've said my piece, and I'm gonna leave this up, and I might just go delete Arja's video because I'm pissed off now. Alright? I'm pissed off. And I didn't put Arja's video well, obviously right, the views come with it, but there's loads of people who's gonna tap on her video and gonna find out where she is. Somebody would write in a comment that they seen her or something. You never know, right? Videos travel far and wide, they rotate, they go around, they end up in places. Sometimes they end up in places even you don't even think of. So yeah. Anyway, with that said, I'm gonna come off. Don't let them discourage you. Yeah, I'm trying not to. I know, innit? But anyways, thank you for coming, Christos, True Daughter of Darkness, and Sa'ama. And I'll see you in the next live because I'll be doing what I do. Okay? And I'm not saying I'm the best content creator. No. I just do what I like, what I'm passionate about. That's it. That's it. I ain't gonna hear about nobody missing. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. Okay? Alright. Otherwise I'll just stop talking about the people type of people. But anyways, I'm gonna come off before I start again. I'll see you later. Bye.